Of beds available the night a man experiencing homelessness froze to death at a bus stop. 9 on your side's Kristen Swilley spoke to those who work with the homeless population to learn why some avoid the shelters.
Well, it wasn't far from here at Fountain Square where a man froze to death the day after Christmas. Now, community advocates are trying to get people off the street, but they say it's just not as simple as offering them a place to stay.
Most people that are out here in the elements know where the resources are. They just kind of choose to be out here.
Chico Lockhart is an outreach coordinator for Downtown Cincinnati, Inc., meeting a lot of people in need and covering a lot of ground.
We cover from Eggleston to Central and then Central Parkway down to the banks. So roughly a little over 100 blocks.
Most of Cincinnati's homeless population, as much as 90%, seek shelter at night, and there is usually plenty of room. More than 600 beds available all year and added 200 during the winter.
We're out here just pretty much trying to help anybody that wants help or needs help. So we're constantly out here just looking for folks.
For the few who choose to remain on the streets during bitter cold, the reasons are complicated.
The 10% of people who are out on the street have much higher rates of severe mental illness. They have much higher rates of substance abuse issues.
Kevin Finn, the president of Strategies to End Homelessness, says some people are making conscious choices to stay outside because of the shelters of years past.
When I was working as a street outreach worker 18 years ago, had a client get their wheelchair stolen while they were sleeping.
Finn wants people to know there are new protections in place. There are now lockers, secure places to store belongings, and both men agree coming inside is the only safe option.
We don't want anybody out here in these elements. I can barely bear it while I'm sitting here talking to you. So, I mean, it's extremely cold.
Cincinnati's winter shelter is open from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. Reporting at Fountain Square, Kristen Swilley, 9 on your side.
How's it going?
Not bad, how are you?
I'm Trent.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Tim.
Tim?
Tim Argaropoulos.
Tim Argaropoulos.
Yeah.
Are you looking for housing right now?
Yeah, I am actually.
So when's the last time you had a place of your own?
I don't know, about 12 years ago, 14 years ago.
This is Trent Adjacute. In a nutshell, it's his job to help homeless people in Edmonton find places to live.
We just reach out to people. I'll oftentimes pass my card along and say, look, if you need housing, call this number. I'm going to give you this card, right? So if you talk to them, they're going to assess you. You're going to have to do like a 15-minute interview with them just to see where you're at.
Okay, great.
All right?
Sounds good. I will go on and check it out. Thanks a lot, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Take care.
It's hard to believe, but there are 35,000 Canadians without a place to live. It's almost to the point where we seem to accept homelessness as a fact of life in cities. But in Alberta, they're putting up a fight. And here in Edmonton, they've made a remarkable promise to eliminate chronic homelessness in the next few years.
Oh, Muppets. You remember this place? You know, I was fortunate enough to come around one day and I just tried the door and, you know, it opened, so.
Ezra and his little dog used to live in this abandoned security shack.
Oh, man.
Ezra hid their footprints so the security guards wouldn't see them. And he bought his own lock so he could keep his things inside during the day.
All my stuff's still in there. My cigarettes there. There's a Bounty bar. There's cushions down in there. There's a jacket. You know, there's a thermostat there. There's a plug. And I was under that desk there.
How long did you live in here?
I was here for 2 months. 2 months.
In the winter?
In the winter, yeah.
Cold blowing by?
Cold blowing by. Coldest place on the planet. Me and Muppets. Yeah, her dishes are probably still in there.
What's it like to look through the window now knowing you have a place?
Well, yeah, we got a home. We got a home now, you know, and I don't have to come here anymore.
It was when Ezra lived here, with no job, no income, struggling with addiction, that he got in touch with Edmonton's Housing First program and got an apartment.
Just to be able to shovel your walk, you know?
What does it do to have a place?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Like, you can lock your door, you can keep your belongings, you know, you don't have to carry them on you. You know, you can
You know, you can cook. You know, that's the biggest thing. Like,
When he was on the street, the one thing Ezra took care of the most was his dog.
you know, different people have different things. You know, you carry like what you have, and well, I had Muppet.
What does she mean to you?
Everything.
You think you would have made it through without her?
No, I probably would have fell. To be honest with you, I probably would have fell deep into addiction. But yeah, she kept me going. Hey, Mops, hey. Hey, buddy, hey.
So how did Ezra get to this point? How did he get from the streets into this apartment?
So tell me why you'd come down here.
It starts with this guy. Remember Trent, the outreach worker?
You see people just looking for help a lot, you know, like they really just need somebody to help them find a place to go, you know, or a place to stay, a home. Housing First is exactly what it says. It's about housing first. It's not putting any stipulations on somebody's housing. We don't require people to get sober to get housing. We just want to help people get off the street, to get into safe places.
That's surprising. You're homeless. They give you a place, even if you're struggling with addiction. Why does that make sense?
We don't tell them how to live their lives, because not everybody is in the same place, you know? Not everybody that lives in a house doesn't drink every day, you know? Like, maybe because they never experienced homelessness, that doesn't mean that, you know, they don't drink every day, they don't have a drinking problem, but they're able to maintain their housing. We're worried about helping people maintain housing. We're not here to judge their lifestyles. I've learned.
In fact, there's only one demand they make of their clients.
If you want to have a seat, we can just have a little chat. Sure.
That they take the first step and come here to the Homeward Trust offices, where the Housing First program is run.
What's your name, sorry?
William Miller.
William, I'm Trent. You're looking for a place to live right now?
Yes.
And this is a good place for you to start. It shows what vacancies we know about in the downtown area, and all around the city actually, and how much the rent is and stuff. So, I mean, that's a good way for you to start. But
what's really surprising is that most homeless clients get to pick their apartment from the open market.
We're not taking people and saying, okay, you're going to live here. They choose where they live. That's why we take them on multiple viewings. They get to choose the apartment they want to live in if you get a chance.
So if William chooses a few places he wants to look at, Trent would go with him to meet the landlord. William's rent would be subsidized for a year, and during that time, he'd have a caseworker to help him with the transition.
As long as you keep checking in, you will get housed.
I appreciate that.
No worries.
Thank you very much.
Take care, man.
I catch up with William by the elevator.
William, what would it mean for you to get a place to live?
Well, it would be absolutely life-changing. And I'm deteriorating so fast, it's unbelievable. It's a lot of violence. And it's crazy. So, and I'm too old for it. Like, I'm just not even the same human being as I was.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Even if you don't have compassion for William, and you wonder why we should help him.
Thank you, guys.
Trent says it's cost effective.
We're saving lives, and we're saving the government money by doing this programming, because then they're not spending the money on hospitals for people that end up there that are experiencing homelessness, or the justice system where people, you know, get incarcerated on purpose because they don't want to face, you know, minus 30 in the winter.
Since 2009, Edmonton has housed 10,000 homeless people using the Housing First model.
Come on, let's go.
And Ezra's one of them.
Get going. Go pee.
And for the first time in a long time, he tells me he's excited about his future.
You know, I keep my stairs. Having an apartment has given me the means to, you know, have those dreams, have those hopes, have those aspirations. You know, like when you're homeless, you dream about being warm. You know, that's what you dream about. You know, like you dream about like eating. You know, like I had sleep for dinner tonight. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. We got a home now.
Housing First may well have saved Ezra's life. Maybe it's the way forward. Give a person a place to live, perhaps the rest will follow. Nick Purdon, CBC News, Edmonton.